evening and welcome back to another weekly allotment vlog. I hope you've had a really lovely week. I am about to head down to the allotment now after work. It's Friday, the sun has started to come out, so I really want to make the most of it this evening. So let's head over there now. You ready to go to the allotment, Bruno? Right, first on the job list is to give the place a good mow. I think I'll probably do this in sections actually, and do a bit of mowing and then a bit of clearing. I'm going to just check on the last of the sweetcorn and maybe clear that away now and harvest some of the little gem squash, because I tried one last night and they are really delicious. They're quite small, but if you cut them in half, roast them with some olive oil, salt and pepper, delicious. They would be even better with some mince and some cheese in there. Okay, it's time for a little break from the mowing. I have done 80% of the mowing, but it takes longer than I think and it's warm work. So I definitely would like to get rid of some of the grass next year so that I have to spend less time mowing and I can do more time gardening or allotmenting. I'm just going to check on my sweetcorn and see if there are any left that can be salvaged. I don't think there are, because I think most of them have been munched now. And then I'm going to see if maybe I'll start clearing these. Looking at them, most of them have been munched. So thinking about it, I will leave these here a little bit longer for whatever is having a good grub on them. Also, I just think they're really pretty, the statuesque nature of the sweetcorn, and is definitely probably the reason that I would grow more next year. It's just because they're so pretty as well as delicious. So let me just show you what they're looking like now. Oh, beautiful cosmos. Brings me so much joy to have this cherry plant still flowering at this time of year. So this is the sweetcorn situation at the moment. Any left are really getting munched on. Come on, focus. Something's having a really good go at that. There's sweetcorn down there, and I could harvest that and eat it, but I feel like that would be quite selfish. I'm going to share. But yeah, there's not many that I haven't picked, and what I haven't picked has been quite royally scoffed. So yes, I will leave them be for now. But what I'm going to do is harvest the sunflower seeds. I did just cut the biggest one off to see how the seeds are looking. Looking fantastic. It really feels like quite a big moment harvesting the sunflower seeds. I grew from a seed earlier in the year, and I actually planted this sunflower out when it was a tiny little plug plant in March, When it was pretty cold, I thought I'm just going to stick you in and see what happens. And I really did think it was going to die because we had some really cold snaps, but it just thrived and turned into this ginormous multi-headed sunflower. So I'm just kind of reflecting. It feels like quite a moment that we've gone full cycle, and now I'm saving seeds ready to grow next year. I'm just going to snip the biggest heads that have gone over and leave the rest to the birds. I don't need so many seeds. I'd like to give some seeds to a few people, but other than that, the birds will really enjoy them. How impressive is that? So you can see where I think probably the birds have been munching away at the seeds already. These are the bits that are protecting the seed, and there are the seeds. Just fascinating, and this is so heavy. These 3 big heads will definitely do me in terms of growing seed next year, but I also will try and harvest some to eat as well on yogurts and things like that. Oh, also, if you have noticed, yes, I've tied my jeans together with twine because I've lost a button. Thankfully, it was a light blue string, so you can't see it too bad. Wow, a bag full of sunflower seeds. Good boy. Take that down to the tip because it's the old polytunnel cover that was here when I took on the plot, along with this old disgusting carpet. But yeah, that will be definitely a winter job, I think. But at the moment I'm just using it to cover the compost to keep some of the heat in. Looks so much tidier once it's had a fresh mow. Hi Bruno. Oh, saying that, I did forget to do this little patch here, and I didn't really do at the very back there because I ran out of steam, but I've done the main areas and it just looks a lot better. This cage though is really worrying me. It just looks such a mess. It's very much ruining the allotment for me at the moment. I say ruining, that's very dramatic. It's definitely not ruining it. I take that back, but it's not quite as pleasing to the eye as the rest of the plot. So yeah, I'm gonna have a really good ponder about what to do with this area next year, because someone did comment saying it could be a fruit cage, but which it would be great for, but I'm just, yeah, really struggling with it at the moment. But that's what autumn winter's for, pondering and making plans. Right, with the mowing done, I'm going to return the mower to its spot and harvest some of the winter squash. much as the raspberries are growing over, there's so many to scoff still. And someone here is enjoying them. Would you like one, Bruno? I have no idea what the time is, but the sun is definitely getting lower and starting to set a lot earlier now. That sure is a sign of autumn. This is a naughty weed. Let's see how many little winter jam squashes we can find. Hey pig? Right. I have to have a little rootle through the jungle here. Oh. Number one. I really hope you can see okay with the lighting. There are a couple here. Oh, now these leaves are absolutely fine. It's just because they're going over. They've been perfectly healthy. And what I'm doing is trying to snip it so there's a T, so you have a little bit of each stem left on, and that will just help with the storage. These ones are a little bit smaller than some of the others that I've picked, but I think they're going to be just as tasty. Actually, this one's probably about the average size. I think this is the size that they're meant to be, like a large tennis ball. Have you ever grown these smaller squashes, or do you tend to grow the larger ones? I'd be very interested in hearing, because this is the first time that I've grown squashes, and I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to like them as much as I did. Now these ones were already starting to rot down, so I've literally just snipped it off the end here, and I'll use these ones first and store the others. The stems are so spiky. Gosh, I'm turning into a right mucky pup. Someone once commented on my video asking how I stay so clean. The answer is I don't. Anyway, I'm having a little look around here at these. Oh, these are called harlequin. Aren't they pretty? I can't actually move that. This little one there, almost like a heart shaped. Those are so autumnal. I can't wait to pick them and pop them in the kitchen as a display. This squash winter little jam though was actually planted about there, and it has trailed all the way down there, all the way through this bush variety that I just showed you and over to here. So I've still got squash to harvest. I am going to stop there because I keep seeing more, but I'm going to have to come back and do those ones another day. But there's definitely things that need to be cleared away now, like these peas, but there's no rush to start clearing things away. And on that note, I'm going to harvest some of this kale here for dinner and head home. Oh goodness, there's so much whitefly on here. Okay, maybe I'm not going to harvest that right now, and I will have to look at that next time. So as always, thank you ever so much for joining me at the allotment this week. I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you again next week. I do have one small question to ask, that if you regularly watch the videos and enjoy them and you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate if you could press that subscribe button, as I can see quite a few people watch regularly but aren't subscribed. Anyway, see you next week. Bye!